Okay, welcome back to Instant Cash Methods. And in this video, we are going to be looking at the online offline event method. And once again, you are really looking at creating something that people have value for. Now, basically, here is what the method is. Now, it really is a hybrid of product and service. It doesn't really fall into either one, but it's definitely an instant cash method depending on how you do it. Now, you can host an event online or offline, be paid instantly by those who attend in order to give access to the event. Now, this is going to be a little harder to pull off unless you have a big name behind the event, or you have something that the people that you are inviting really want in terms of information. So maybe there is something new that people really want to know about making money online. Maybe there's something new about a particular aspect of social media or YouTube. When you have those things and you're on the front end of them, you can have what's called a closed door session. Right? And so the benefit of doing this is, of course, you have the event, you are hosting, you are sponsoring the event, and that means then that the people who are attending have to pay you. So that will be your PayPal button there at the front of the event, and in order for them to attend, they'll have to pay you. So you will not have the complications, obviously, of an affiliate program. You will not have the complications even of selling a product where you have to deliver. For the most part, when the people come and you give the event, you have really done your part of, providing the value that you promised. So now this works very well after you have had a free presentation of some kind or a free portion of a presentation. In other words, people come to your page, you send them either from a solo ad or from an email to a presentation. They like the information, and you tell them that in order to get into the closed door session, they're going to have to pay. And so typically, this is how you would create something that you would have good conversions with if you did the first portion as free. Now, in order to do this, of course, if you're going to have a presenter, you may very well have to give the presenter some of the admittance or some of the gate, or give them at the very least, you're probably going to have to do this. You're going to have to give them the opportunity to sell or pitch their product. Okay, so oftentimes, even if they're willing to speak for free, right, on a topic behind a closed door session, but you want to make sure, to be equitable to them, that you give them the opportunity first to build their list, secondly to pitch their product. Now, JVZoo and other services will automatically register people for webinars. So in other words, as soon as people hit the buy button, they will then be registered to a particular webinar. So that's a good service to use along with a webinar service. Of course, you can do that with anything else. You can do it with Google Hangouts. You can do it with just about anything where you're hiding the content. But you want to have people pay before they get in. Now, I'm going to show you here what that actually looks like. What does a closed door session actually look like when you look at the page? Okay, so you're looking at a page here. It's for a company called Rizuku, and they've got a course here. And obviously, you'll see there it's called a Marketing Toolbox Webinar, right? So you can attend. You're going to put all your information in there, and then you're going to hit their PayPal button, and then they're going to register you for their webinar, right? So basically, what you're doing here, when you create something like this, what you are doing is you are giving people access to content or access to a live event, and then they're paying you, and they're paying you instantly. And now you do have to deliver on the content. Now, this works just as well offline. I'm going to tell you this as a secret. If you are going to do this offline, it probably works even better. And when everyone is doing online events, you should consider doing an offline event. When everyone's doing an offline event, you should consider doing an online event. Online events are now very competitive, right, in the internet marketing space, but in the internet marketing space offline, if you were to give this offline in your local area, there's a lot less competition, and people have heard of this a lot less. So that is some consideration. However, now if you want to remain anonymous and you don't want to have to deal with people in that way, certainly you can promote an online webinar. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next method.